Morning, guys. Today is December 12th, 2017. It's about 7:30 in the morning, maybe a little earlier, give or take. I have a really long day today. I've been, woke up at 6:30, in order to get an early start, in order to record this video, to make sure that I do it, and have it done, just in case it gets too complicated for me, which, it looks like it will be today. So here I am. Let's just cut to the chase. What are we gonna be talking about today? Well, I wrote down a few notes. As I was having my morning coffee. Just thinking about, talking about, what my holdings are. When it comes to cryptocurrencies and things like that, just the percentage-wise and shit like that. And then just talking about my vision for the blockchain. What I think about this technology, what I think about all this other stuff. And then, as I'm watching, just reading and then. Just reading and listening and watching, just my morning little briefing, as to what happened overnight and things like that. While I'm having my coffee and writing my notes, I was like, there's a bunch of other things I should talk about as well. So I'm just gonna jump into everything, quick, and let's go from there. Because again, I ramble on. And if you don't, you will. Okay, so yeah. When it comes to just go real off the, just go down the list. So when it just comes to Bitcoin and Bitcoin holdings, when it comes to me, look, I'm a purist, all right, for the most part. There's all kinds of people, there's a lot of traders, day traders, this, that, all kinds of stuff, So I used to trade way back in the day, so I'm very familiar with, how that works. And so, yeah, I've dabbled in that and I've traded and, I still hold, like things like Litecoin, Ethereum, and a bunch of other coins, you know what I mean? Like, I believe a lot in, Singular DTV and, let me see if I can pull up my, things like BAT, things like, Dash, Golem, Funfair, OMG. Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Salt. I mean, come on. So anyway, we'll talk about that stuff another day. It's just crazy. Every time I look, it's just like it keeps going up and up. It's insane. But again, the majority, I'm all Bitcoin for a gazillion reasons, all right? All the other ones have their purpose. They have a whatever, all these other things, and they're great. But that's just me personally. So, by the way, it's LA, but it's freezing out here, okay? So for those of you who are not familiar with this area, because I was taken aback by the weather, okay? I really thought it was going to be like Miami, where it's just going to be warm and hot all the time, or at least kind of close to that. And I had no idea that they actually had a winter here, minus the snow. But anyway, that didn't get that cold, but still pretty fucking cold, for me anyway. So, another thing I wanted to talk about is right before I started the recording, I was like, let me check real quick on the demonetization update, the thing I was talking about yesterday, and bam, sure enough, is that what I thought? It was fucking hilarious. Who knew, huh? So the video that I did yesterday was not demonetized, nothing, I kept checking on it, everything was great, and then as I checked this morning, the one that was demonetized got remonetized again. So, whatever. Anyway, so that's hilarious. And and it had a bunch of views, so like I guess, you know what I mean? Like you see like that, there's a correlation there. So, whatever. Anyway, so that's funny, you know what I mean? That happened. So, wow, whatever. I don't know, again, this doesn't really affect me one way or the other. So, let's see. Okay, let me just, there's a question, I got some, just in my notes. So a question that a lot of you, almost everybody asks me all the fucking time. Is it too early? Am I too late? And to answer that, with this one word, no. Negatory, all right? So no, you're not even anywhere fucking close to that, okay? We're not even anywhere close. Yeah, I'm holding off on reinvest. I don't really, I won't talk about my investment, how I do my thing, but whatever. The point I'm trying to say is that, listen, if you're thinking about getting into the space, stop thinking about it and just get into the space, okay? Don't worry about the fact that you cannot afford a whole Bitcoin. It's not about that, okay? It's about being part of the system Okay, the more users in Bitcoin, seriously, the more people use this, the more, the better the system is. The more users, the more decentralized everything becomes. So that's number one. Number two, again, we're not even anywhere fucking close. If we're gonna just, again, don't quote me on these numbers. You can just look up these numbers, okay? And in fact, look at just the last episode of the Kaiser report, okay? I'm gonna put a link, all right? I promise. I'm gonna put a link on the bottom of this episode so you guys can get a look at it. One of the guys that I really listen to a lot when it comes to all this shit, okay? Because yeah, whatever, you know what I mean? And by the way, he's lately been inspiring me as well, you know what I mean? Just like my friends, to get on here because of just how he is, all right? His behavior, whatever, how his character is. By the way, I apologize. It's still super crazy early. I barely have my coffee, anyway. So, all right, let's go. Let's see. So no, it's not even anywhere close to early. No, I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, just look at the fact that, like, I'm predicting, what the fuck am I? 100K by this time next year. Okay, so if it's at whatever it is now, 17K, right? Let me see. 17K, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1750. 17,300, okay? Whatever, who gives a fuck, okay? By the way, ever since the futures market has come, it seems to have stabilized a little bit, but with that being said, now all the other coins, you know what I mean? Like the Litecoins and Dashes of the world, which are like the what would maybe probably be used on an everyday basis as actual transactions, they're going up. And I think it's because, people are, investing in this space. People that don't know anything about anything. They want to, like I heard somebody say, they want to buy a whole Bitcoin. They can't afford a whole Bitcoin. So it's like, well, fuck it. I can afford one whole Litecoin. I can afford one whole Dash. That's not bad. That's not a bad mentality, With that being said, I mean, I'm thinking Litecoin should be, heading close to like $4,000 or $5,000, because a quarter of what Bitcoin's price would be. So who knows, all right? And that's only because of the circulating supply, all right? There's just 4 times as many. So that's why, that's the calculation. I'm not a mathematics, genius. I ain't no rocket science. Anyway, okay, so no, it's not even anywhere close to fucking early. I mean, too late, okay? In fact, it's incredibly crazy early, okay? I mean, right now we're at the point, in the computer boom, if you were to relate that to that, like where, Steve Jobs is selling them to Radio Shack and you're buying the computer at Radio Shack. Kind of, sort of, you know what I mean? That's kind of where we're at still, you know what I mean? Like, there's still no user-friendly interface OS for the actual computer. So you're buying the computer and you're using DOS, which is like, again, if you're investing in Bitcoin for the most part, it's still like, DOS format. We still have yet to have a really good user interface. All right, so I'll leave it there. And again, who the fuck uses Bitcoin? Again, you see, and again, who accepts it? You know what I mean? There's all these other questions you got to really ask yourself. The correlation between, let's just put it to the gold market, and okay, just the gold market alone. What was the number that I kind of, what is it? If you just want to put it, I forgot what it was, but anyway, if you just like correlate it to the gold market, I think it's supposed to, one Bitcoin is supposed to be at 400K. So again, we're not even anywhere close to that. Okay. So, and again, it's just a tiny market in comparison to like all these other assets and asset classes and commodities and currencies and all this other shit, you know what I mean? Well, actually, not so much for currencies, except for the couple big dogs in the house, it's actually, taking over there. Anyway, another thing, fucking going off on tangents, but fucking these are all necessary things that all you guys that are all here, if you guys are in the Bitcoin space or want to be in the Bitcoin space, something I was, listening to Max Kaiser about, earlier today, and he pretty much reminded me of something, as to why this technology, it's all about the technology. It's not about making money. You can make money, it's, for real. You can get in this space and just, wow. Okay, imagine getting in at the beginning of the .com era. And that's where we are now. And by the way, I'm fully expecting a pullback at some point. I mean, I don't know why I can't. This is just crazy going up. But again, I can also expect this to continually keep going up and not go down now from this point on. seriously. And if you look at the stock market, if you follow what really happens with bonds and the money, and kind of like I think what I explained in episode 1, you realize that now at this point, you know what I mean? Now that Bitcoin is, you know, part of the stock market, and you know, it just seems like they're just going to be using it like anything else. They're just going to keep. So with that being said, they're just going to keep pumping it up and pumping it up and pumping it up. And if anything, now, you know what I mean, what this has done is just, you know, will stabilize it so that as it goes up, it doesn't make these huge dips down. But who the fuck knows? But you know, that's what it looks like to me. So smooth sailing from here. Another thing, you know, this is a question that one of my friends asked me this morning, you know. Well, hold on, let me just get off. There's so many things to talk about. So let me just go with the question, all right? Like, you know, it's very important, which is like, he goes, oh, what if Warren Buffett, you know, or again, it's not just Warren Buffett, this can go for China or whoever. What if entity X decides to buy up all the Bitcoin or buy a humongous amount of Bitcoin and, you know, be in control of all the Bitcoin, or start, you know, let me add to that question, you know, saying like, you know, what China got close to doing, you know, which is they had so many farms that they have the majority stake in Bitcoin, which is dangerous, because then that would mean that, you know, remember, it's all about the voting in the community. So if, let's say, China or one entity has all the mining power, 51%, and the rest of the whatever has 49, then, you know, whatever vote they vote, that's it, overtakes and overpowers it. So, but anyway, in those cases, that's fine. It doesn't matter. When that happens, then Bitcoin breaks. Nobody uses Bitcoin anymore. And then we use Litecoin or Dash or whatever. I don't like using Bitcoin Cash because I feel, and I don't like the Bitcoin Cash thing anyway. I sold all my stake in that just because, again, I'm in this space because of, you know, what I believe in, the technology and how it's going to revolutionize and change the world, not to make fucking money, okay? And I'm actually starting to smarten up now and trying to make some money off it, because it's fucking, you know, why not? You know what I mean? Like, you know, like all of us. It's just, I guess, you know, like everybody really does tell me, I do wear my heart on my sleeve, but, you know, I gotta start using the noggin a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, anyway, so the whole thing with Bitcoin Cash is just because, again, yeah, just the guy and guys behind it, you know what I mean? And kind of same with Ethereum. I don't want to get into that. I'm a big believer in EOS. EOS is going to save the fucking world, okay, and change the world. Not Ethereum, but, you know, whatever. Ethereum is, I look at Ethereum like AOL, all right? And I look at EOS like, if you guys know technology, EOS is like, will be like Linux or Ubuntu, but Linux. Let's go Linux, all right? That's a lot easier for you guys to fucking understand. So that's what EOS, and Ethereum is not that. Ethereum is like Apple or Microsoft, you know what I mean? Like, again, they're great early on because we need something, but, you know, at some point, you know what I mean? We're gonna, you know, not just want, but we're gonna need, you know, and open, you know, like a platform. Look, let me just put it to you like this. Ethereum charges, EOS will not charge, okay? And I'll make an episode on this because this is very deep in, you know. All right, so I think we touched on a bunch of subjects today, okay? I mean, again, I'm gonna have to go back and review everything just to see. But, you know, I think one thing I know one thing I didn't touch on, something that's extremely important on this, you know, which is, you know, what I heard earlier, you know, which is what Bitcoin, what this protocol really is, what it really fucking means, okay? And that is that, you know, Bitcoin is not like a currency per se, you know what I mean? I mean, it is, it's a currency. But really what this is, you know, it's a fucking, you know, I wrote it down because I don't want to get it wrong, okay? It's a messaging app. Again, you know, look at the Kaiser report, okay? Have him, you know, he'll explain it way better, okay? You know, he's an expert. It's a messaging app. Number one. Number two, it's a store of value, you know, which is something we're, you know, realizing, you know, obviously. And number three, now, number three is the medium of exchange, which is the currency part. But why this is very important, and number one, the messaging app, is because that's exactly what it is. And if you read the white paper, if you really dissect this, and you start, you know, realizing, you know, what this is, and how when you start using it on a daily basis, that's exactly what it is. Because when you send a Bitcoin, that's all it is. I'm just sending you a Bitcoin. I'm sending you a text. Only, just like when, okay, unlike now when I send you a text, some entity picks it up. Well, now when I send you a text, no entity will pick it up. Okay, and by text I really mean a text or a Bitcoin, transaction, or any other thing, a file, you name it. Okay, so yeah, you know what I mean? This is why this technology is not even anywhere close to like, a bubble or anything like that. No. People are, again, every single day, second, minute, they're realizing that this technology is going to change the world. And whatever, and how about this? This technology is so broad and so freaking amazing. It's such a, world-changing thing that it doesn't matter what your background is. Once you read up on this and like educate yourself on this, the blockchain, this technology, Bitcoin, but mainly the blockchain, you start realizing how you personally can make an impact on this. Because again, imagine just the very, very beginning of the internet era. And, right now, when the whole thing with the blockchain, it's like I'm telling every single person, hey, build yourself a website. But again, like if I go to a gas station today, or if I go to a restaurant today or something like that, I say, hey, you need to put yourself on the blockchain. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just again, like 20 years ago, I would go to that same restaurant and be like, hey, you need to create a website. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But now, if you don't even have a website, your damn self, especially if you have some sort of business, art, entrepreneur, you name it, it doesn't even matter what the fuck you are, as a matter of fact. If you're just a fucking employee, okay, like a fucking pencil pusher, you need a LinkedIn account. You know what I mean? So regardless, if you don't have an internet presence nowadays, who the fuck are you? Do you even exist? Exactly. And in fact, if you don't, people look at you like, what are you trying to hide? So it's the same thing with the blockchain, okay? Like in the future, you know what I mean? Not
One eternity later.
sorry, battery died. So where was I? So yeah, in the future, and not too far off future, the blockchain is going to replace everything. It just is, you know what I mean? Like it's going to be just, it's the internet 3.0. Not 2.0, 3.0. Everything needs to be on the blockchain. It just like everything needed to be on the internet and have a website, that whole thing. So, everything needs to be on the blockchain. So 20 years from now, if something isn't on the blockchain, and by something I mean anything, okay? I'm talking about like a country, a restaurant, a hospital. If they don't have their files, their everything, you know what I mean? Like on the blockchain, it will be the equivalent of like today, a country, a hospital, a lawyer, anybody that does not have things on a computer, that doesn't even have a computer, that they still use paper, pencil, and files. You're like, I don't want to be in that hospital. I don't want to trust that government. They don't have anything like even on the computer and on a computer on a server. They don't even have that whole thing set up. Come on now, shady as hell, right? So same thing with the future. You know what I mean? If things are not on the blockchain, it'll be like, whoa, what do you mean they're not on the blockchain? Why? Because all the blockchain is just a ledger. You know what I mean? Just like something that it's 1,000% transparency. So that's it. You know what I mean? Like not like today, where today you ask the government a question and they have no answer. Well, in the future, you know what I mean? You don't even have to ask the government a question. You just go to the government website where everything is on the blockchain and you just look it up your damn self, and that's it. Yeah, and that goes for everything and anything. Now, when it comes to, let's say, medical records, it won't be like that either, because right now anyone can hack medical records, or let's just say that, the only person they should access your medical records is only your doctor. But now, even the fucking desk clerk can look at your medical records. So again, if things are on the blockchain, only your doctor and you can look at your medical records. And again, I can just go on and on and on and on. And so that's why I believe in this technology. And more than anything else, and sure, Bitcoin is the number one thing. So it's like, let's go full on, investing in computer technology. Yeah, great, wonderful. Who isn't, going to invest in that? But at the end of the day, it's everything that encompasses this. And like, this is what I'm going to be talking about in a lot of these episodes. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like more than anything else, not just, all the technologies that are going to be born out of this, but the people that are already out there involved, creating, things to change the world. So like, for example, when I said that, when I was reading you my crypto whatever, portfolio, the things that I invest in or have money in outside of Bitcoin are only things that I believe in. Period. End of story. All right, that's it. I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying now a little bit, but not really. I don't want to waste my brain power on that. I want to waste my brain power on other important things. And for example, so like I'll just look at the white paper, the technology behind X, Y, and Z company or whatever, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, no, forget it. This is something that is going to change the world. And then look at the people behind it. Forget it. Bam, boom, done. And I just throw something in. I keep throwing money in their investment. Just like an investment. And they're knowing fully well what that's going to do for the world. You know what I mean? And that's it. And that's what we're going to discuss here. Okay, and that's it. And then I'll just let you guys make the decisions. And and I'm just trying to educate yourself from that perspective. Using my business know-how, my technology, my background in history, and all these other things, to help you guys, not just make decisions, but hopefully, create companies, that will help change the future, and technologies and everything like that, So, yeah, it's a beautiful time right now. I mean, right now, again, when it comes to answering that question, is it too late? It's not even anywhere close to too late. Right now, if you have a good enough of an idea and you can make it, literally you can create your own token, your own coin, and let me see, make sure. Yeah, and just go out there and fucking kill it. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, it's people are comparing this to the .com era. Yeah, we're in the .com era, but we're at the beginning of the .com era. We're not at the height of the .com era. Okay, and if you would have asked me, let's say like a year ago or months ago, about the economy, thinking if it's going to crash and go down and all these things, again, it still could crash at any minute. Okay. But the more, the more I look at this whole fucking scenario, it might not crash. It might not crash for who the fuck knows how fucking long, okay? So, yeah. And, yeah, we'll talk about that in, in another video because, it's all about money and the printing and the bonds and all this other craziness, which is not going to be affecting this market. So, just cha-ching. So, again, if at the very least, open up an account on Coinbase, open up an account on Coinbase and just start buying, okay? Whatever, okay? And go from there. Don't, again, by the way, any money you will be throwing into this, just look at it like this. It's money that you expect to lose. Look at this like gambling, okay? Because tomorrow everything could just fucking crash to the dirt. It's not gonna happen. Sorry. It's not gonna happen. Squeeze me. But regardless, okay? Just get into the space. Read about the blockchain, okay? And whoever the fuck you are out there, could literally change the world wherever you are. Even if you're in a dirt hut, okay? With nothing around you. As long as you have a cell phone, maybe even a computer, the world is yours. Like Scarface, or he likes to say, the world is yours, okay? So just get out there, okay? And make something happen. Change the world wherever you are. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think that it's enough. I've rambled on enough. I have no idea. I think it's over 20 minutes. I have no fucking clue. Talked about a lot of subjects today, so we're gonna keep it at that. And I'm just gonna keep throwing shit out there, and hopefully, get you guys to start asking me questions in the comments so that I can interact with you guys there. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep doing these, and we're gonna go from there. Yeah, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate you. Not making any money off of this, obviously it's not about the fucking money. I'm really just here to provide information for you guys. That's it, and interact with you guys. And but I really want to be, a part of this community in my own way. Obviously, my background is a photographer, videographer, and I have background as a chef. I have a lot of backgrounds, business, you name it. And, my reason to do this is because I need to provide my 2 cents to this whole space, and not just that, but I think that everybody out there needs to put their 2 cents in there. Everybody. Doesn't matter if you're out there, again, like with just a dirt floor, a dishwasher, a CEO, of, you know, an investor. It doesn't fucking matter who the fuck you are out there, okay? And if you're smart, you're already in this space. If you're not in this space already, get in this space, okay? Because again, it's not even, what I mean by smart is it has nothing to do with intelligence, all right? This just has to do with just educating yourself on this, okay? And that's it. This is very, again, anyone can do this. It should do this. And everybody has skills that are going to be needed in this space, period, in the story. So we're literally at the ground level right now. We're still gathering, we're in the gathering of the supplies before we build this humongous thing, okay, that is the future. It's still early, okay? We're in the supply gathering stage, okay? We're not even in the building stage, okay? A few entities have blueprints. A few entities have built a few structures. That's it, okay? We need to build cities, countries, etc., etc., okay? We have only built a few buildings. That's it. Nothing. Okay? And as a matter of fact, if you are crazy early into this space and you still have no idea how this space could blow up like this, look into this one thing. Crypto kitties. Okay? Crypto kitties. Just Google it. I'm not even gonna give you the whole fucking website. It's cryptokitties.com or IO or whatever the fuck. But crypto kitties. And yeah. Or Steam it. Just crypto kitties. Look at that and go from there, okay? This should keep you busy enough. Anyway, alright, so yeah, imagine imagine Beanie Babies that you can breed. Exactly. Horny Beanie Babies. Yeah. On the blockchain. That's it. It's already clogged the Ethereum network. Literally. For real. Okay, so that's it. No more. I'm done with this video. I'm done with everything for today. Thank you so much. I gotta shower, get dressed, get ready. I look like a, fucking Sasquatch, By the way, I'm leaving my hair long, Also, let me know, if what you guys think. Yeah, troll me. Come on, roast me, whatever. Come on, give me your best shot. And yeah, let's have some fun with this. Okay, so this is episode 3, 4. I don't even fucking know. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Enjoy. Please like, subscribe, and help me create content for you. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be, talking until eventually I start getting more organized, and I'll be creating specific episodes. One episode that I really, really want to make, and I'm gonna probably be doing it soon, will be Ethereum versus EOS, and I'm gonna give you my 2 fucking cents on that. And again, this is not for the amateur. There's more for the people, a little more expert, in the crypto space. But man, super fucking early. All right, this is a beautiful time. And again, we can talk about all kinds of shit, okay? Even if you got questions on cooking, on art, anything, all right? So please, just ask away, all right? Let's have some fun with this. I'm already having a fucking blast with this. So, all right. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys mañana. Yeah, because I'm not going to have time to make another one today. Trust me, I'm fucking busy. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 8:05. And by the time I leave this house, I'm probably not going to be back till like 11 p.m. tonight. So, yeah. This is it for today. See you guys tomorrow for sure. And I have my alarm at 6 a.m. every day, all right? Because I want to make sure I'm here for you guys, all right? Thanks again, and have a wonderful December 12th, 2017. And smoke them if you got them. And by that, I just mean weed. Smoke weed. Smoke a lot of fucking weed. Marijuana's your friend. Smoke it. Enjoy it. It's medicine. Smoke, smoke, smoke.